Hi everybody, Miles here, the teaching professional at Southwick Park Golf Club. This week's little video is probably the one we get most often asked probably as golf instructors. Well no, probably the second in fairness. Most people do ask for more consistency and then others ask for more distance, which we all totally understand. Everyone wants to hit it a little bit further. And especially, ladies as well, because, there's certain carries on holes, things where you might need to hit the ball a bit further. So that's definitely a very justifiable thing to ask for if you're a lady golfer. And as for most men too, it makes the game much easier if you're hitting less of a club into a green. So let me just talk to you about what I think about gaining distance and the pitfalls of trying to get more distance. So firstly, distance in its basic form is club head speed. So if the club is going at a certain speed, then the ball will have a certain speed if the parameters in your swing are correct, and then you'll hit it further. Now, the reasons why what you need to do to achieve that can be various really. But let's go with club head speed first. So if you want to gain more club head speed, that means you're going to have to move the club faster through impact and potentially load your swing on the backswing. So that means a swing which wouldn't be full of distance would firstly might be very narrow. So you might have a backswing which has no width to it, giving you no leverage. So that section of your swing, that first section of width, that means at this point here in your backswing, this left arm needs to be straight and you have a big shoulder turn, creating a high, wide arc and loads of leverage. So let's just quickly talk about that shoulder turn. If this left shoulder turns under your chin, then you've got using these big muscles at the top of your body to generate power, and that will help you with distance. The big hitters, you've created that leverage and width in that part of your swing. So that's one factor. So have I got a narrow swing? Can I improve my width and shoulder turn of my backswing? Okay, let's go down to the bottom half of your body. And this is coil, using your core muscles. So this section of your swing with your hip turn is quite important. So both feet have to remain on the ground. You push your right hip back and your left knee in, and you start to put a little bit of weight on your right side. This is starting to load up with power on the way down. So people that get that wrong, if this left foot's come off the ground, the rest of the bit might be quite nice. Now you've lost the coil and that part of your swing on your backswing. So that's what you're looking for a loaded, powerful, ready to hit backswing. So you've got width and you've got coil. So I look at it as a spring that you've wound up that's going to get released back that way again. Okay, so coming down now, and that bit through impact is where you need to start to think about, can I generate a bit more club head speed without putting any more force through my swing? So let's say a nice swing up at 5 club head speed. Okay, now can I start to warm that bit up without me losing any control? You could probably just hear in that little bit of sound, hopefully, the club starting to whistle a bit. So that's me increasing club head speed, but not to the detriment of, control where I'm falling over and, because that's the trade-off. You can't hit it longer and more crooked, because that's golfing suicide. We have to keep it in play first, and then can we generate a bit more club head speed? And then you sort of can go on to about the equipment really. I mean, have you got the correct equipment to give you the most distance? So that normally is in relating to shaft. So if you have a club head speed, say of 60 miles an hour and you've got a stiff steel shaft, well, you're losing distance, end of. You need a lighter graphite shaft to bring that club head speed up again. Every mile an hour of club head speed is about 4 yards of distance. Doesn't sound very much, but if you could increase your club head speed by 10 miles an hour, then you'd probably start to notice a difference in that. And the other thing is that if we're talking about driver as well, are these launch parameters correct? Most people need to launch the ball about 14 degrees. So, is your equipment letting you do that? So that's moving on back out the other side into equipment. Just for a mini recap, and this is a very short video, just because it's something that you might be able to go away as you're playing and think about, okay, I'm going to go on the range and I'm going to try for a bit more distance. I'm going to have an increased wider arc. I'm going to try and use my bottom half of my body to anchor myself and use as drive on the way back down. And then can I just gently start to warm that club head speed up through impact without me losing any control loss? So it's a quick video and I've glossed over a few parts, but it's really early in the morning actually. I've just nipped out here in the sunshine on Wednesday to quickly do this. So if you've got any questions, or you want me to have a look at your swing, or go in the sim room and have a look at the characteristics of your driver or your irons, is that holding your distance back? I'm very happy to do that for you. So see you all again next week. Thanks for watching.